No more. But
Would you be willing to admit that you were wrong about Bo Nix?
I mean, I was obviously wrong on the low end. Like, I was obviously wrong that the Broncos were not going to be a playoff team. I was obviously wrong that if you would have asked me, this didn't come up, but if someone had said, could you ever see Bo Nix being the quarterback for the #1 seed, I would have said absolutely not. I was clearly wrong about those things, whether they were said or not. If they win this game, does it guarantee that I am wrong holistically, that Bo Nix is not a, forget franchise NFL quarterback, but not even going to end up being a long-term Broncos quarterback? No, I don't think that will prove that at all. I don't.
Oh, wow. So you don't think he's there long term?
I don't. I think the jury is still out over whether or not Bo Nix is above average. I believe that in my bones, and I think that what they have done this year is wildly impressive, and he has played his best in the waning moments, in the fourth quarter of a lot of these games, and that matters. And I thought the Packer game was very impressive, and I said it in real time that I thought that was the best game of his career. But what's also true is this. This is Bo Nix, where he was this year statistically with league ranks. He was not above average. And to give some context for that, those numbers are almost identical to a different first-round pick who has made the playoffs once, who none of us think is definitively the team's long-term answer. If you put his numbers this year side by side with Bryce this year, the completion percentage is identical.
This is utterly bewildering. I sincerely mean that. The entire premise is simply mind-boggling. Consider this. Apply the exact same analytical lens to Caleb Williams at this very moment. Go ahead and perform that exercise. Examine the statistical profile of Caleb Williams. His completion percentage stands at 58.1%, with an average of 6.9 yards per attempt. This constitutes a marginal variance from the 6.4 yards per attempt attributed to Bo Nix. In terms of total touchdowns, both players have accumulated 30. The disparity in passer rating is a mere 2 points, 87.8 versus 90.0, a difference of 2. Honestly, this is quite astonishing. It becomes even more compelling when you factor in the substantial number of dropped passes that Bo Nix has been forced to contend with throughout the season. The metrics concerning dropbacks under pressure are virtually identical, 2018 compared to 222. Intriguingly, Caleb Williams actually operates with marginally more time in the pocket on average than Bo Nix does. Their production in terms of scramble yards and designed rushing yards is comparable. However, Bo Nix actually registers a higher number of big-time throws and a superior adjusted completion percentage when accounting for drops and throwaways. I genuinely do not comprehend the persistent skepticism. If your intention is to utilize Bryce Young as a comparative benchmark in this discussion, simply substitute his name with Caleb Williams and then reconstruct your entire argument. Proceed to articulate that take and elucidate why there remains pervasive doubt regarding Caleb Williams' long-term viability as the franchise quarterback for the Chicago Bears. Engage in that specific dialogue. I would be immensely interested in witnessing that conversation. Furthermore, I am reminded of a particular declaration made previously concerning the Chiefs' offensive ranking. A bold claim was made, a vow to shave one's head if the Kansas City Chiefs did not possess a superior offense to the Denver Broncos. The resultant data illustrated the Broncos ranked 14th in scoring offense, while the Chiefs languished at 21st. The implication was stark. Thus, to persist in feigning uncertainty over whether Bo Nix can merely be an average NFL quarterback is, at this juncture, ludicrous. It is authentically irrational. Whether the Denver Broncos secure a victory in any given week is almost secondary to this core evaluation. That outcome is largely irrelevant to the established assessment of the quarterback's individual performance and demonstrated capability. To continually insinuate that Bo Nix has not substantiated his value to this franchise is patently absurd. It unequivocally is. Delving deeper into the analytics, among quarterbacks with the highest volume of dropbacks, Bo Nix ranked within the top 6 for adjusted completion percentage at 75.6%, and he placed within the top 3 for big-time throws. Yes, other quarterbacks like Dak Prescott, Sam Darnold, and Matthew Stafford also feature prominently in the latter category. However, they are orchestrating offenses equipped with premier talent. Devonta Adams, Puka Nacua, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens. The Denver Broncos' pass-catching core, while commendable, does not collectively parallel that echelon of established weaponry. Despite this, the combination of Sean Payton's scheme and Bo Nix's execution consistently pursued aggressive downfield opportunities, irrespective of the occasional resultant error. Crucially, Nix was saddled with 37 dropped passes, a figure exceeding Dak Prescott's 28, Matthew Stafford's 28, and far surpassing Sam Darnold's 12. For context, Trevor Lawrence endured 39, Baker Mayfield 25, and Caleb Williams 29. The evidence continues to mount. Bo Nix was tied for first in the league for deep ball passing touchdowns, alongside Caleb Williams and Matthew Stafford, a category where Bryce Young does not appear. Speaking of Young, I must interject that he performed admirably in the postseason, positioning his team to potentially defeat the Los Angeles Rams. His performance was not the catalyst for their loss. This is precisely why I am disinclined to employ Young as a reference point to highlight the flaws in this overarching argument against Nix, as Young himself has demonstrated considerable promise and developmental progress. It feels somewhat unjust. Nonetheless, the comparative data remains illuminating. Bo Nix has accrued nearly double the rushing yards and nearly triple the rushing touchdowns of Bryce Young. The totality of the profile is compelling. In essence, dialogues of this nature are fundamentally preposterous. They lack a foundation in the comprehensive statistical and contextual reality. Bo Nix has, by any objective measure, proven his competence and exhibited traits that far surpass the simplistic label of average. Those are my reflections. I am eager to hear your perspectives. What is your assessment of Bo Nix at this stage? Do you still question whether he is merely an average or perhaps above-average quarterback? Please share your thoughts in the commentary section below. I read every single comment, whether you are in alignment with my viewpoint or stand in opposition. Let's engage in some substantive discussion, let's have some spirited debates, but ultimately, let's ensure we derive enjoyment from the exchange. Please consider subscribing to the channel. We are fostering a remarkable community here, and I would be absolutely delighted to have you participate. My aim is to cultivate a space where we all feel a genuine sense of connection, something we are authentically excited to be part of, and I believe we are making significant strides toward that objective. Also, please remember to give this video a thumbs up, as it genuinely assists with visibility and the platform's algorithm. Thank you sincerely for your time. I look forward to our next interaction.